The history of Eminem's relationships is quite conspiratorial. This story will thoroughly explore all of Eminem's relationships with women throughout his personal life. Welcome to the Top Art Legends. Let's get started. Kim Scott. In 1988, Kim and Eminem met as teenagers at a house party and began an on-and-off relationship that lasted nearly 2 decades. Eminem recalls their first meeting. "I'm standing on top of their coffee table with my shirt off, with a Kangol on, mocking the words to LL Cool J's I'm Bad. And I turn around and she's at the door smoking." He went on. "I said to my friend's sister, 'Yo, who was that? She's kinda hot.' And the saga began. Now there's the constant struggle of, will I ever meet somebody else that's gonna be real with me? As real as I can say she's been with me," he recalled in his book. After they met, despite their on and off relationship, Eminem brought Kim home to live with his mother, Debbie Nelson. "Marshall arrived home from school with a tall, sulky blonde girl," Nelson wrote in her 2008 memoir, My Son Marshall, My Son Eminem. "He introduced her as Kim Scott and said she needed a place to stay. I was happy to help out." As often happens with troubled children, Kim told some pretty tall tales. "I looked on Kim as a challenge, someone I hoped I could give a better life to," Eminem's mom added. But Eminem's grandmother had her own opinion on this matter, and let's hear it.
And that really broke my heart. And then Kim. Debbie took Kim in at 12 years old. She was a street kid. Her mother had thrown Kim and her sister out because of her stepfather. Debbie took Kim in because she never had any little girl. Debbie raised Kim as her own daughter, and that's how Marshall met Kim.
Just wondering how relationships are between Kim and Marshall now.
They have never been good from the day one. They fought like brother and sister. But then all of a sudden it reversed and they became intimate. And I told Debbie, you better watch these two. They were living in a little small apartment. And when Kim got pregnant with little Haley, Marshall was so busy with all of his, every nickel that boy, he worked and earned what he got the hard way. Nobody gave this boy any money. He worked 2 jobs. He thumbed to New York. He thumbed to Los Angeles. The boy could have been killed trying to make it big. Okay, Kim dumped him. Kim was going with somebody else. And Marshall, I think was seeing someone else too. I remember some heavyset girl that I went up to Michigan and was introduced to when they lived in St. Clair Shores. And Marshall would try to see little Haley, and Kim's stepfather met him at the door one day and told him, "If you ever, you're no good, you're never going to amount to anything. If you ever come here again, I'll kill you." The baby does not have Marshall's last name. The baby was born Haley Jade Scott.
Does she have his name now?
No, she does not.
However, shortly after their romance began, Nelson kicked them out, forcing them to live in a neighborhood riddled with drugs and crime. In 1995, Kim unexpectedly became pregnant, and on Christmas, the couple welcomed their daughter, Haley. Yet, Eminem's unfulfilled musical ambitions and the challenges of raising a newborn led to constant breakups and reconciliations in their relationship. However, their daughter became his motivation. In one interview, Eminem shared that fatherhood was a real wake-up call for him. "She made me get my act in gear, to make something of my life and try 10 quadrillion times harder than I had before," he told the British publication Q in 2001. "Everything that I am doing right now is for Haley, the money. It's for her college." In 1999, he released the album The Slim Shady LP, which included a track about murdering Kim and disposing of her body with their daughter's help. "I played her the song and she bugged the fuck out," Eminem said in a 2004 interview. Although the song didn't improve their relationship, the album catapulted the rapper to international fame. Before starting his first tour in 1999, Eminem and Kim decided to get married. However, it was far from a dream marriage. During an episode of Dr. Keith Abloh in 2007, Scott admitted that she married Eminem to keep him faithful and grounded while he went on tour, but it didn't work.
He was getting ready to start his first tour, and I think we were both worried about what was going to happen while he was gone. And we just wanted, something more binding. So we did it. We got married. It was exciting. It was small and little and cheesy, and none of my family was there, but it was exciting. I felt like we really loved each other when we did it.
In the early 2000s, Eminem adopted Kim's twin sister's child due to her struggles with drug addiction. The child, born in 1993, was Elena Marie Scott. "I have full custody of my niece," Eminem told Rolling Stone in 2004. "My niece has been a part of my life ever since she was born. Me and Kim pretty much had her. She'd live with us wherever we was at." According to Kim, Eminem became arrogant and disrespectful after rising to fame. On one occasion, he beat up an inflatable doll designed to look like her on stage. Kim later stated that this incident drove her to attempt suicide, and she sued him for defamation over the song Kim, which appeared on his 2000 album The Marshall Mathers LP. Seeing the crowd's response and everybody cheering, singing the words and laughing, it just felt like everyone was staring at me, she said during the same 2007 interview with Dr. Keith Abloh. "I knew that it was about me, and that night I went home and tried to commit suicide." Kim wasn't without fault either. She was caught kissing Eminem's colleague, rapper John Guerra. Eminem assaulted Guerra, who later filed a lawsuit.
"I was kissing his wife. I won't apologize for that, ever. Why should I? I'm not the one that had pursued her that night, She came to me. If you can't control your wife and keep her happy at home, then don't come to me crying because she did."
Eminem was sentenced to 2 years of probation. In 2001, Eminem and Kim divorced. However, that wasn't the end of their story. Kendra Jade. In the early 2000s, just as Eminem's career was taking off, rumors began circulating about his alleged relationship with adult film actress Kendra Jade. However, neither of them confirmed the rumors at the time, nor did they deny them. Joy McAvoy. Joy and Eminem met at the Gig on the Green concert where the rapper was performing. They were spotted kissing and hugging, leading fans to speculate that they were dating. Joy later admitted that she spent a night with Eminem, possibly more than one, but neither of them officially confirmed a relationship. Brittany Murphy.
I'm looking for John Letourneau.
I can take you.
I don't think so, Smith. Right this way.
Thank you.
Brittany co-starred with Eminem in the movie 8 Mile. After working together, they became very close and developed a strong friendship. Fans speculated about a possible romantic relationship, and Brittany herself hinted that there was some romance off-screen. However, it never developed into more than a friendship.
And one time she told me a story that she had no idea how to throw up a middle finger because she never flipped anyone off in her entire life until she did 8 Mile and Marshall. Eminem had to sit her down and teach her how to do it. And if you watch the movie, he has a weird way of flipping people off. And if you look, she does it the exact same way he does.
She revealed back in the early 2000s, "I'm a fan. I think that he's very misunderstood. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant young man. Marshall he's one of the most funny, honest, professional, hard-working actors I've ever worked with, if not the most. There was a beautiful sense of everyone getting to know each other." The actress continued, "Everyone truly became friends and got to know everyone's tics." And perhaps they could have become lifelong friends, but on December 20th, 2009, Brittany Murphy tragically passed away. For some time, Murphy had been experiencing flu-like symptoms, but did not seek medical attention. That morning, she called out for her mother as she struggled to breathe. Brittany was rushed to the nearest hospital, where she soon passed away. The cause of death was determined to be advanced pneumonia, compounded by iron deficiency anemia, and multiple drug intoxications from prescription medications. This news shocked the entire world, and Eminem as well. Eminem revealed, "It was crazy. It's crazy because, at one point, we were very close, and she was a really good person. It's crazy when you see things, not just with her, but just all these things that are happening in Hollywood with people in music, with people in acting. Famous people. Famous people are overdosing at alarming rates, and that almost sounded like a commercial. Wow." Britney Spears. Yes, we know that the idea of Britney Spears and Eminem together might sound absurd to you. And honestly, apart from crossing paths at the Grammy Awards, They probably didn't interact much elsewhere, but 2002 was filled with rumors of a relationship between Eminem and Britney. Perhaps it was fueled by his diss tracks like The Real Slim Shady and Marshall Mathers.
'Cause I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating, so won't the real Slim Shady?
Or maybe the media simply didn't know how else to grab attention at the time. Sure, it would have been fascinating to see, but not today. Interestingly, Eminem's daughter Haley was a fan of Britney Spears, and the rapper believed Britney should have considered her young fans, who looked up to her as a role model before dressing for the VMA ceremony. Eminem said,
if she wants to be on her album cover, like, and then, you know, end up dressing trashy at the VMAs, and, you know, what happens is you get all these, she's got all these little kids, these, like, little fans, like my little girl is a fan, you know what I mean? She listens to some of her music, and what happens is these little girls start looking up to her because she is like this cute little teeny bopper. Then all of a sudden, boom, what happened, you know?
In reality, Britney was more of a target for Eminem simply because she was a pop star. In a 2017 interview with Vulture, Eminem explained why he so often took verbal shots at pop stars early in his career. "The reason that I went at pop stars back then is because people were calling me a pop rapper," Eminem admitted. "What's bugged out to me is that I don't know if everybody understands this. If everybody could do what I did, they'd just do it, wouldn't they? I'm not this manufactured pop thing, and I never was. A way people used to dismiss me was to call me pop. I got mad about that, and I lashed out." Gina Lynn. Gina Lynn, an adult film actress, was invited to appear in Eminem's Superman music video.
'Cause I can't be your Superman, can't be your Superman, can't be your Superman.
Perhaps due to her profession, fans and the media couldn't resist spreading rumors about a possible romance between the two following the shoot. While there might have been some sparks, whatever happened likely stayed on the set of the music video. Mariah Carey. There were rumors that Eminem had a relationship with Mariah Carey. However, Carey denied ever dating him. Both later released songs taking shots at one another.
I was like, why are you so obsessed with me?
For example, Mariah's track Obsessed is about a man stalking her who dresses and looks like Eminem. Meanwhile, Eminem's song The Warning
Damn, Slim, Mariah played you. Mariah who? Oh, did I say whore, Nick? I meant a liar too.
details their alleged relationship. But how did it all begin? At the height of Eminem's career, Carey reportedly approached him to see if he would help with her Charm Bracelet album. According to Eminem, a romantic relationship developed between them that lasted several months. Carey, however, insisted it was purely professional. Listeners of Eminem's 2002 album, The Eminem Show, noticed a shout-out to Carey in the song Superman. "What you trying to be? My new wife?" he rapped. "What you, Mariah? Fly through twice." In another track titled When the Music Stops, Eminem also referenced Carey.
"You take me for a joke, you smoking crack. Before I do that, I beg Mariah to take me back."
Meanwhile, on her Charm Bracelet album, Carey appeared to address their alleged relationship in a song called Clown, singing,
"When you know very well we never even touched each other."
In a 2002 interview with Rolling Stone, Eminem shared his side of the story, saying, "I don't want to say anything disrespectful because I respect her as a singer, but on the whole personal level, I'm not really feeling it. I just don't like her as a person. I gotta be honest, I learned a lesson from it. Don't believe the hype. I have respect for her, but she doesn't really have it all together. I'll just say that, and that she's a beautiful woman." In a separate interview, Carey clarified just how close her relationship with the rapper had actually been.
Okay, so what was going on between you and Eminem, if anything?
Nothing. Look, I talked to him. I, have spoken to him a few times, whatever. But in terms of me having like an intimate relationship with men, I can name them all on one hand, and he ain't on the hand. Less than one hand, okay? He's not on the hand.
In reality, there were far more diss tracks and public feuds between them, but that's a story deserving of its own deep dive. By 2010, however, Eminem stated that he finally wanted to put an end to this lingering feud. "I really don't want to talk about her anymore. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. I'm not even going to comment about it. I'm done with that whole situation. I said what I had to say. I'm done." For what purpose all of this happened and why, it's unclear. But perhaps it was just a PR stunt for Mariah's album that dragged on for years? Kaya Jones. Eminem had a brief relationship with Kaya Jones, a former member of the Pussycat Dolls. However, the singer later criticized Eminem on Twitter for some of his views. Clearly, it wasn't the dream relationship she might have hoped for. Karine Steffans. In 2003, rumors circulated that Eminem was involved with Karine Steffans, an American author best known for her Confessions of a Video Vixen series and her reputation as a celebrity hunter. The pair allegedly began their romance during Eminem's highly publicized anger management tour. However, the relationship was short-lived and ended that same year. Actress Tara Reid.
Lindsay, maybe we can do this another time.
In 2004, Eminem and Tara Reid were rumored to have had a brief fling after meeting at a party in Los Angeles. While their relationship was never officially confirmed, the two were spotted together on several occasions. Eminem, known for expressing his feelings in his music, seemed to validate the rumors about their brief relationship through sharp lyrics on his 2018 album Kamikaze.
Shit was so ass, it's something we wouldn't dare re-air. Shit's embarrassing, it's me raring terror repair.
It was evident that he wanted to leave the fling in the past. Kim Scott. Crazy Eminem and Kim got back together in 2005. By this time, Eminem was a father of 3 children, although his biological child was only 1. During their break, Kim had a child, Stevie Lane Scott, with her then-boyfriend Eric Harder in 2002. In 2005, Eminem legally adopted Stevie when he reunited with Kim.
Here we go. Eminem pieces of advice for the kids. Number 10.
Keep it real.
That's right, keep it real.
On January 14th, 2006, Eminem and Kim decided to remarry in a small private ceremony in Michigan, believing that it would improve their relationship. However, just a few months later, Eminem filed for divorce. Kim described their relationship as a roller coaster in a 2007 interview for 2020.
Money's great, yeah, you know, with kids want anything, they can have whatever they want, but it doesn't make your husband stay at home with you or sleep in the same bed with you. And when your husband is famous and always gone and not there, you're basically there alone anyways. So, I mean, money doesn't put somebody in bed next to me to hold on to at night, you know?
10 years after their divorce, Eminem apologized to his ex-wife in his song, Bad Husband.
And 'cause I loved you, but I hated that me, and I don't want to see that side again, but I'm sorry, Kim.
After their second divorce, Kim struggled with depression and drug abuse. In 2015, she intentionally drove her Cadillac Escalade into a utility pole after taking prescribed pills and drinking a fifth of Malibu rum.
You know who it is? No, it matters. Is it? Yep, she's hammered. Like, I asked her what happened. She said, I'm drinking and driving. She smells like she's hammered.
Kim later revealed this while speaking on 95.5 WKQI's Mojo in the Morning.
I sat at the end of a road where I knew that no one else but myself would get hurt. Yes, I drank, I took pills, and I hit the gas and aimed for a goal. What wasn't played in those interviews was that I apologized immensely. I did not even expect to make it through that, and told them that I tried to do this on purpose. I'm so sorry. I never lied to them. I told them everything that I did.
As a result, she suffered a concussion and a broken finger, and was, of course, arrested for driving under the influence. She was ordered to attend counseling for drug and alcohol abuse. complete a year of probation, and pay a fine of $900. However, despite all their scandals, fights, and on-and-off relationship, they both love their daughter and tried to give her everything. "We're really close friends. We're just trying to raise our kids together and make it as normal for them as possible," she said in 2016 about her relationship with the artist. In 2018, Haley Jade shared in her first interview with Daily Mail that she and Eminem regularly communicate and are very close. She is also close with her mother, Kim. This proves that despite their fights and craziness, their daughter is truly happy to have such parents.
We had to go, we went to Florida for, my dad was working on something and he was working the whole time, but he set up for us to do like the limo and take it to Disney, and we did like the princess tea party, and he had like the dresses waiting for us. We were like both Belle or whatever.
It was so cute.
It was, and even then, like at the time, like we were so happy and like so excited, but we didn't like get to appreciate that moment as much as now when we talk about it. And
Nicki Minaj.
Hey yo, I been on, bitch, you been con, Bentley tints on, Fendi prints on.
In 2018, when Nicki posted a video on Instagram lip-syncing to the song Big Bank,
Told him I miss Slim Shady, bag the M. Once he go black, he'll be back again.
one of her fans asked in the comments if she was dating Eminem, and Nicki simply replied, "Yes." This surprised many, but later she confessed that it was just a joke. They didn't stop there, and Eminem later continued the joke during one of his concerts in Boston.
I want to take this time out right now to give a shout to my bae, Nicki Minaj. Sweetheart, I'll be home tonight. We'll figure this shit out, how we're gonna deal with this problem. Yo, Boston, how many people in here want me to date Nicki Minaj? Hold on. So wait, one more time. Let me make sure so I can actually make this official. How many people in Boston want me to date Nicki Minaj? Well, God damn it, me too.
Nicki also joked that their first date might take place in the studio. Although it was all in good fun, it really excited the fans. Currently, Eminem is not in a relationship, but he has an incredible event ahead. He is going to become a grandfather. His daughter Haley and her husband McClintock are expecting their first child. They announced this exciting news in October 2024 with a little help from Eminem. When the music video for Eminem's song Temporary debuted,
In time, I'll be fine. Tears are temporary.
it not only featured footage from Haley's childhood, but also ended with her sharing another important moment with her father. In the footage, Haley gives Eminem a blue t-shirt with Grandpa written on the back, along with a sonogram.
Little baby, don't you cry, everything's gonna be alright.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell. You can also write a comment in the comment section down below. See you later on the Top Art Legends.